Well, Deb Murphy filed this story for Sierra Wave Media. Verno County Agricultural Commissioner Nate Reed, all that water from the snowmelt means a whole lot of mosquitoes coming this spring. Now, Reed said last year we'd get calls that someone saw a mosquito in their yard. That's a mosquito. Reed told the Inyo County Board of Supervisors last Tuesday. It's a whole new world this year, he said. Now, faced with an invasion of the pesky bugs, Reed called a management summit last month, a summit that included current and past staff. Since mosquitoes haven't been a big issue through the past 5 drought years, past staff were included to help develop a successful strategy, Reed said. He presented a good news, bad news scenario relating to the Owens River running at 700 cubic feet per second through this fall. The nasty, pesky mosquitoes will have no place to hatch with rapid flows, Reed said. But the mosquitoes that carry West Nile or other exotic diseases will still be able to hatch. West Nile hasn't been seen in the area since 2011, Reed said, as some assurance. Now, to identify the presence of disease-carrying bugs, the Ag Commissioner's Office has been building their own traps for disease surveillance. Now, in addition, the office has stocked up on pesticides, hired 5 seasonal employees, and allocated a vehicle just for mosquito control efforts. We use an organic method, Reed said, referencing the pesticides that contain a toxin found in the soil. 4 of the 5 seasonal employees will have to be trained and licensed quickly. The mosquito guys are a little terrified, Reed said. Now, for residents sensitive to the ground fogging, the office has developed a phone app that includes information on where and when the fogging will occur as an adjunct to weekly press releases. The office also has a list of residents who want to be contacted prior to the fogging. Now, the mosquito abatement will focus on valley communities, nuisance control, special events, and outlaying recreational areas in that order. Now, the one huge unknown is the brine pools on the Owens Lake. We just don't know what to expect, Reed said. We have no frame of reference. Well, Deb Murphy also filed this report. Early last year, the city of Bishop hosted a town hall meeting workshop focusing on concerns from the business community. City held an encore session last week, including presentations on progress made from area agencies and organizations. Bishop City Administrator Jim Tatum started the program with a rundown of positives. 8 dwelling units were added to Bishop's limited housing market, with the 15-unit subdivision on Home Street scheduled to break ground this fall. Vons is looking for a tenant for the old Kmart location, while the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power's commercial lease mandates may stand. The department may streamline its land purchase procedures, and the city has developed a new parking plan for the downtown area. Bishop Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau Director Tawny Thompson started the presentations with a rundown of the organization's advances in drawing tourists to the valley. Efforts were funded by the $775,000 generated from the Bishop Tourism Improvement District. City has a significant presence on social media, as well as print advertising and travel show attendance. Now, the efforts have paid off in the number of visitors and increased interest in the area. Caltrans District 9 Director Brent Green was a huge hit with the audience as he described the 2 pedestrian activated crossing lights scheduled for installation on Main Street at East Elm and on West Line Street at the post office should happen sometime in the next 2 years. Green's transportation vision for Bishop includes safety improvements and improved livability. Inyo County Public Works Director Clint Quilter updated the gathering on progress made at the Bishop Airport and efforts to bring commercial air service to the valley, perhaps as a collaborative regional partnership with the town of Mammoth Lakes. Also, Eastern Sierra Transit Authority's John Helm said buses will be making twice-a-day runs to South Lake and Lake Sabrina this summer. The city's associate planner and economic development coordinator, Elaine Kabala, explained the new city programs, including the availability of low-interest loans for architectural improvements in the downtown corridor, the new parking plan and signage program, as well as an upcoming public workshop on community revitalization through an environmental protection agency program that provides advisors and access to other agencies' expertise. Now, unfortunately, looming over all the good news and progress was the recent announcement of the local J.C. Penney closure, illustrating the challenges of sustaining a viable business community in rural areas. Thank Deb Murphy for that report. Well, Inyo County issued a response to last week's press release from AFSCME regarding the Inyo County Employees Association labor negotiation that says Inyo County values and respects all of its employees. County is committed to reaching a fair and responsible agreement with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, as it has already with 3 other employee bargaining groups. Now, why the county notes a number of inaccurate statements in the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees media release, we believe a response at this time would be premature and unproductive. County remains hopeful that the union's local leadership will reconsider their refusal to allow our employees the opportunity to vote on the county's generous wage and benefit offer, end quote, was from Sue Deshawn, the Deputy Personnel Director for Inyo County. Well, Sierra Wave's Bill Lefebvre talked with Eastern Sierra healthcare workers April Egan and Nancy Mahana about healthy stores and healthy communities.
Inyo and Mono counties are a part of the California Healthy Stores, Healthy Community campaign. And what we did was in 2013, we went to all the stores in Inyo and Mono County and assessed what kind of tobacco, alcohol, and other products like condoms were in the stores, and where were they located, what was the advertising like, and what was the availability of healthy foods as well. We assess the availability and types of tobacco, the availability and types of alcohol, the availability of condoms, as well as the availability of healthy fruits and vegetables in the stores. And we found that the amount of healthy foods that were available in Inyo and Mono County stores was dramatically increased from 2013. We've now found that, for instance, sugary drinks are no longer located by the checkout counter with as great a frequency as they once were. There's also less advertising for sugary drinks than there once was.
Okay, I get that stores need to offer healthy choices, but why are we still talking about tobacco? Aren't we kind of over that? Hasn't the tobacco problem pretty much been solved?
Well, I want to remind the viewers that tobacco is still the greatest cause of preventable death and disease in California as well as in our nation. And so that's why we're still talking about tobacco, is because people are still smoking and still chewing. We found that, for instance, that people smoke at greater rates in Inyo and Mono County than they do in the state of California. The state of California has about 13% smokers, and here in Inyo and Mono County, they have about 17% smokers. We also found that, according to the California Healthy Kids Survey, that about 22% of teens in Inyo County and about 10% of teens in Mono County are still smoking.
Seems like all of a sudden the number of flavored tobacco products has really gone crazy. What is the story with that?
Well, one of the flavored tobacco products that is frequently found is chew tobacco. The people in Inyo and Mono County use chew tobacco, and chew tobacco is found in our stores in greater percentage than it is in the state of California. Flavors include like this is citrus. They includes flavors like berry. And these flavors, while they have a better taste, have less nicotine. So what the chew user does is starts with the better tasting products, and then as their nicotine addiction progresses, then they move on to the original flavors of Skoal or Copenhagen often. The other thing we're finding is that there is a marked increase in the amount of flavored cigars and cigarillos. The reason that they even exist is because there is a federal law which prohibits making flavored cigarettes. So the tobacco industry, to get around that law, has made flavored cigarillos and made them available in smaller packs and singles, which they cannot do with cigarettes according to federal law. There are many kinds of flavored tobacco. Grape is one of the flavors. You can see that for 3, you can get 3 for the price of 2. Another flavor is peach, which you can see is 2 for 99 cents. And you can't even buy a candy bar for that. A candy bar costs $1.35. A bottle of water costs at least $1. So those are some of the reasons that flavored tobacco exists, and some of the reasons that we feel in the health community that there needs to be less flavored tobacco. Menthol cigarettes present their own specific problem. In menthol anesthetizes the lungs so that the menthol smoker can inhale more deeply, and therefore the tumors that are found with menthol cigarettes are deeper in the lungs and harder to treat.
All right, thanks for that. We'll have more from that interview in a future broadcast. We'll be back with more news.